What's poppin', everybody? This is the Cartoon Kid, Ray Rawlins. And today, we're continuing the 25 Days of Christmas Cartoons Marathon as we review the Christmas episode from SpongeBob SquarePants. Yeah, man, when we're doing these marathons, we always got to talk about our spongy homie. And this one is from season 2, and it's called Christmas Who, the very first Christmas episode. Now, in case y'all never seen it, we got Mr. Alex Payne to give you guys the episode breakdown and to tell y'all what's happening in this episode. So, what happened, Mr. Alex?
Well, I mean, this episode pretty much revolves around Sandy introducing SpongeBob to the idea of Christmas. Really, I mean, that's the main plot point. But what it is, she tells him about Santa, shows him the Christmas tree, all that shit. And so SpongeBob goes around town and everything, telling everybody about Christmas and getting everybody excited for Christmas. They shoot up bottles, asking for gifts. And then when Christmas Day comes, no Santa comes. And SpongeBob gets very depressed. So Squidward dresses up as Santa as Santa and starts giving away his stuff to make SpongeBob feel better. And yeah, that's the episode.
Man, my first impression is simply this. This episode is a nice quick play on A Christmas Carol from, I think is it either Emily Dickinson or Charles Dickinson? It's like something Dickinson. I don't remember, to be honest with you. But,
something Dickinson.
something dicking you down. But
hey, this is a kid show.
No, it's not. This content is not suitable for children. We got to say that now because of COPPA. But anyway, Squidward is basically Ebenezer Scrooge in this situation, in my opinion. And yeah, like you said, SpongeBob's trying to celebrate Christmas and try to get everybody in the Christmas spirit. But the main thing that got me with this episode, man, and it just tugged at my... listen, I'm a big pussy when it comes to these cartoons, man. I'm a big pussy when it comes to anything. But the thing that really got me was, man, seeing SpongeBob all upset. And then to see this dude give Squidward a gift, even though he was motherfucking trashing the whole idea of Christmas. He said, I made this just for you, just in case Santa don't have a gift for you, or he doesn't give you a gift or whatnot. Man, that just shows SpongeBob's kindness, and it's just like, man, it was just so like heart pulling to me personally. Like, I'm a big old pussy. But
you wanted to hug him.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. Yeah. When Squidward came as Santa Claus and whatnot, he was so happy. He was smiling. It just had that childlike spirit in him, man. It's just like, wow, man. They really expressed that shit well in this episode. And that gives major point. Cause if you make me feel some type of emotion towards something, it's like, oh man, you really done something there. But what about you? What is your first impressions?
My first impression is the fact that, I guess my first impression is, again, like, it didn't feel, even though it was kind of super Christmassy, it didn't feel forced. But, and I liked, I guess that would be more of technically a review than a first impression, so I'm going to say that for later. But, yeah, I guess that's my, first impression. Is like the Christmas aspect, even though it was a whole introduction to Christmas and all that other shit there, it didn't feel forced.
Right. I gotta say, let's get into moments here. One of my favorite moments, and I'm gonna steal this because I know you probably have it on yours. Every SpongeBob fan who's seen this episode knows which moment I'm talking about here. And that's the moment when they're singing the whole Christmas song and whatnot. And you see Mr. Krabs pop up in the frame and do, it's the very best Christmas. And, high-pitched ass singing shit. I'm like, and what I really like, and I didn't notice this the other times I seen it, he popped up out of there and he's like, he gets ready to walk away. He's like, just laughing and shit in the background. That shit had me rolling, boy. And then obviously he does it again. So that's one of my favorite moments right there. What about you? What are some of your favorite moments?
Well, gotta mention Patrick tearing all the paper.
The paper, yeah.
And him having the pencil between his legs and trying to scrape the paper along the top. It's like, I mean,
listen, that's season 4 Patrick right there, man. You can't say that is 100% season 4 Patrick.
But see, that's the thing, though. I will say this about that. It was stupid, but it wasn't idiotic, if that makes any sense. Like he
I
wasn't like ooh, doing it or whatever.
I
It was
I
like
guess I guess yeah,
it
it wasn't
was
like turned up to the max. I see what you're saying.
like it get kept low key. It was see. I think I guess the best way to describe good stupid versus bad stupid is when the stupid seems natural.
Right.
And when he was doing that, and when he does a lot of dumb things in pre movie SpongeBob, it's very natural. Like like instead of like he don't be hollering shit, he don't be running around the place like an idiot or whatever. He'll be like, oh, like just like that. Like he was just slowly and sensibly, even in a way, because what he was saying was making sense. He knew to ask for another piece of paper. Like he wasn't brain dead. He
Right.
just was doing something kind of weird, you
Right.
know.
Um, Another one of my favorite moments is when, like, they're doing the whole song, and like SpongeBob is just like motherfucking zoning out, da 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 da, doing the whole little singing and shit. He was SpongeBob was turning up, boy. SpongeBob was getting lit. Um, and you can't forget when he first finds out about Christmas. You see Sandy turn on decorations and shit. He's like, oh, it's a
Fire.
fire, zoom, and basically fucks the whole shit up. So I want to mention something from the beginning scenes with the pirate Patchy. He's eating the raw cookie dough, and man, for me personally, that just brought back memories of how me and my brother always used to eat raw cookie dough, playing video games and shit, just straight up raw cookie dough. That should be fire. Chocolate chip too. Oh hell yeah. What about you? What are some more of your favorite moments?
What another one of my favorite moments is when friggin' Squidward is gloating about Santa Claus not
Oh
being
yeah, I
here, and
already
then
know. Yup.
and then he's doing a dance or whatever, and then you just see this donkey pop up above it, with
Yeah, I
making a
forgot
noise,
that one.
basically calling him an ass.
But
That's
you
a
know what though?
that's very creative. I'll say that.
But you know what else is creative? That I'm
What?
sure I definitely didn't get as a child, and I wonder who did. When he's like, oh man, I SpongeBob feels so bad. I feel like a so you see the donkey pop up again. It's like, oh yo, that's dope. I never noticed that when I watched it as a kid, man.
A
So
great big jerk.
um, so is that your
I
last
thought
one, or
you.
do you have any? Go ahead.
I'll mention this as like kind of like like something that strangely cringed me kind of was when friggin' was when he gave that little girl the wrench and she jammed it in her gum. It's like
Oh
that's
yeah. What about the
it's like
what about the
oh
what about the mashed potatoes lady? She just threw
a
that shit
new
on her head.
hairdo.
That's like, okay, Merry Christmas.
More caramel.
I gotta mention too, man. When you see Santa up on the sleigh, that motherfucker is. If
Yeah,
you saw think SpongeBob,
he was a little too hype.
Santa was lit him damn self, because he was just motherfucking whipping that head and see that hat, the little ball on the hat just flying, yo. So that's definitely gonna be in the
He
clip in
was
the
head
background.
banging.
Santa was turning up. So that's I say that's my last moment. Oh, besides Patchy obviously being under the mistletoe and the bird coming for him and whatnot. So yeah. Let's get into final reviews though. What is your final review for this episode?
Um, iconic episode. I think it has
Of
really
course.
good. It has really good pace, and it's like a really great Christmas episode. It has like it's mentioned before. It doesn't have a super. Even though it is Christmassy, it doesn't feel like a. It doesn't. The Christmas aspect of it doesn't feel forced, and that's a hard line to toe, especially when because like as I guess you could say that I would say this episode because I said the same thing about Ed, Ed and Eddie yesterday, but I feel like this was more of a traditional Christmas episode than that one was. So I would say it was harder for this one to keep from being cheesy than that one was.
Of course, yeah.
But so I commended on that, and I like the fact that they kind of just like I mean yeah they brought Santa out at the end, but they pretty much was like played with the idea and pretty much flat out was throwing it out there that Santa isn't real or whatever. Because
They
he
were.
didn't show
You know
up.
what?
He didn't
You
show
know,
up.
right? Exactly. And that's the main thing I was wondering with this episode, because like I said, it's been a minute since I seen this, so I was wondering, like, did he have a reason for not showing up or what? Like, what went wrong with that? Because I thought he said, oh, he was ill or something, but this
I mean, if you
motherfucker
want
out
to
here
head
lit
down
as
that
hell on us.
questioning, if you want to head down that questioning, then why did he never show up before now? And now why is he all of a sudden showing up just because Sandy mentioned it? You know, it's plot holes, but you know, it's. I feel like I'm sure Sandy was there for a lot longer than a couple of months. I'm sure
Of
Christmas would have
course.
passed before this point.
Oh, most definitely. But it's just like, man, and you know what? I guess, because obviously we're thinking of it as two grown adults. You know, kids aren't going to ask these questions. But
I
I
mean,
will
honestly, I
say,
feel like even as an adult, you shouldn't be thinking about it because that's just like, you know, you
no,
shouldn't be
yeah,
plugging that.
yeah. But, you know,
Because
kids
if
aren't
this
going
was
to
an
know this.
adult cartoon, they probably would have did the exact same thing.
Maybe, but listen, all I say is, one thing is they brought Santa out to in a sense, redeem themselves. Like, okay, maybe he'll
You've been a
show up
really good
next year.
boy this year.
But Squidward don't get
But
shit.
you ain't get.
Squidward
He
gave
couldn't
up
even.
everything. Squidward gave up everything in his house, and Santa didn't give him shit.
Listen, he couldn't even. He didn't even let him keep the letter because the letter disappeared too. He couldn't even
Right.
let him keep the paper.
That's fucked up. Santa bogus as hell.
Santa didn't give no
listen,
one shit.
listen, man. What is your final review? What's your final rating for this, man?
My final rating is I think I'm gonna give this one an 8 too, just like I gave Ed and Eddie
Right on the
yesterday.
mark.
I feel like
See, I'm
great
right there
comedy,
with you.
great song, yeah.
I'm right there with you, man. Like you said, everything you said, man. It wasn't too Christmassy, obviously. It wasn't over the line, like you said. Great introduction episode. They introduced Christmas. SpongeBob basically convinced everybody in Bikini Bottom to believe with him. And like I said, the most thing that really I fucking loved is the fact that, Santa didn't show up. Squidward, obviously being the motherfucking Scrooge, had a change of heart because SpongeBob looked out for him, got him a gift and everything, man. Had to cheer him up. SpongeBob being sad, pull at the heartstrings a little bit. I freaking love that. And Squidward ends up giving everything up in his house for the people of Bikini Bottom. That was extra dope. So you wouldn't expect that of Squidward, man. Definitely wouldn't expect that of Squidward. And Santa, of course, couldn't give him shit. But I'm right there with you.
He didn't give anyone shit though.
A solid 8 out of 10, man. But with that all being said, my name is Ray Rawlins. His is Alex Payne. And this has been our review for Christmas Who from SpongeBob SquarePants Season 2. And this is the DaKartoonKid channel where we talk cartoons and we do it daily. So come back and join us tomorrow for more 25 days of Christmas cartoons content where we will see you when we see you. Peace.